Hi class, welcome to week 3. This week I want to, in this video, I specifically want to talk about our writing assignment that we have this week. So you are going to work for the next 3 weeks on a writing assignment. So this week in lesson 3, you're going to write a thesis statement. Week 4, you're going to do a body paragraph, and week 5, you're going to write a conclusion. And all of these 3 paragraphs are going to be due at the end of week 5. So I just wanted to show you this organization so you can really understand our end goal. So this is how the assignment is going to be organized. You have this introduction or this first paragraph, then you have the middle paragraph and the conclusion. So you are going to choose from one of 5 topics to write about. And I'm going to now go ahead and go to the course. I'm going to show you where you can find this information. Okay? Okay, so here I am clicking on lesson 3. And hopefully it'll bring it up. There we go. And so you can see that you have this information that says Life Skills Learning Steward. You need to click on this and actually read this to help you understand each of those 5 questions that I showed you. So each of these sections focuses on one of the paragraphs or those questions that I showed you. All right, so after you read this document, you can go ahead and let me see here. So this right here, it says writing lesson introductory paragraph. Everything I'm going to cover in this video comes directly from this page, and you can actually skip this page if you want, because I'm going to cover what this document talks about in this video, and hopefully my video will save you time. And so after you have read the Life Skills Learning Steward, you can actually just jump to the writing practice. Okay, and in the writing practice, this is where you're going to click on this and find the document that you need to complete our assignment. And you must use this document in order for me to give you full credit. All right, so here's that document. Let me just show you or explain to you how this document works. Anything with blue writing allows you to actually click on it and physically write in it. So I'm going to write my name, and then I'm going to click on the choice that I want to talk about. So for this video, I'm going to actually talk about this last question. What is one step you can take to develop a growth mindset? All right, so I'm actually going to take this question. I'm going to copy and paste it. Okay, so I have taken that question 5 and I've typed it into my thesis statement. So the assignment only asks you for one sentence, which is our thesis statement. And I will still give you full credit if you give me a thesis statement, but my challenge to you is actually to write a full paragraph. And the reason I'm asking you to write a full paragraph, even though the assignment doesn't require that, is the more you write, the more feedback I can give you on the assignment, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about writing a thesis, all right? So in lesson 2, I explained how to write a topic sentence by taking parts of the question and reusing them. That's the same thing with a thesis. A thesis is just one large topic sentence, okay? So let me show you what I mean. We're going to take out what is one step you can take to develop a growth mindset. Okay, I'm going to reuse this and I'm going to say one step, and this is how I'm going to rewrite it, okay? And let me go ahead and start. I'm going to actually type it down here so I have more room. Okay, so you can see here is the sentence I came up with. One step I can take to develop a growth mindset is to be consistent with my goals, okay? And that's it. That's my thesis statement. So you can see these words that I'm underlining are the words that I retook from this question and reused them. So you can see I reused one step, take to develop a growth mindset. And then this last part of the sentence, I actually took from the course. And let me show you that. So remember, I told you that you needed to read this, it says learning stewardship, okay? So I found information from this Learning Steward page, and I used that for the end of my thesis statement. So right here, I did Control F, which allows you to search. And let me try to pull it up here for you. To show you that when I pressed the button Control F, I did a search and I typed in the word growth, and in my document it found the word growth for me, and so I was able to review this section and pull out information from it that I wanted to use in my thesis statement. Okay, so here he talks about setting goals, and that's great. And so I just wanted to share that tip with you. Okay, so this is how you create a thesis statement, by reusing words from the question and then inserting your own thoughts at the end. All right, so our thesis statement is actually now complete. And so if you wanted to be done right now, you could be done. So the next part of this video, I'm actually going to show you how to create the full topic, the full introductory paragraph, okay? So if you want to be done with the video, you can pause it and be on your merry way, all right? So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to write the rest of this first paragraph. So here in the United States, we typically take a while to get to what we want to talk about, and that's how we organize our paragraphs. So some of you live in other countries besides the United States. Oops, that's not going to work. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. I guess I need to draw it on the actual document. Let me show you this. It's supposed to be a triangle. You'll learn that I'm not that great of a drawer. Anyway, so typically in other countries, they start off with their thesis statement or the most important information right here at the top, okay? But here in the United States, we actually put the most important information right here at the bottom, because here in the United States, we tend not to be so bold. We want to ease people into our thoughts or ideas, and we do that through persuasion. And so our thesis statement is actually going to be the sentence that shows up in the very last part of our paragraph. So when we're creating our the rest of our paragraph, we want to talk about goals. So since this is my, whatever you input into the last part of your thesis, that's really going to be what this whole first part of your paragraph talks about, okay? So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here I have written my first paragraph and I placed my thesis at the end. All right, so here I am just introducing the topic. As a teacher, I love learning. One of the best ways for me to learn is to teach different subjects. Since I had been teaching English for a while, I had a goal to teach more than one subject. To teach a different subject, I had to have a different mindset. And now I go on to explain more about my thesis. A mindset is a different way of thinking or being goal-oriented, okay? So can you see how this sentence helps lead into my thesis? Now you can see this is my thesis. I've only bolded it and changed its color so you can specifically see it. One step I can take to develop a growth mindset is to be consistent with my goals, okay? So this is my whole first paragraph, and you can see, just like that triangle that I created, my thesis, or the most important part of the essay, is at the very end of my triangle, and I take 5 sentences to introduce you to that thesis, okay? So let me kind of highlight this for you. These sentences right here kind of give you background about myself and introduce you to myself. Then here I start getting serious and I define a growth mindset, which guess what? I discuss in my thesis, okay? And that you want to make sure to define words that you're going to talk about. Then I specifically explain growth mindset more, and then I discuss my thesis, all right? So that's kind of the parts of the introduction that you want to include. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Bye.